Hey, the District of Columbia is the only public university in Washington, D.C. It recently had a change in leadership. Ronald Mason was appointed as the new president of UDC. His distinguished background in education extends more than 30 years. He joins us today to talk about his transition from Baton Rouge, Louisiana to Washington, D.C. and why he chose to head such a prestigious school. So, Dr. Mason. Oh, you told me not to call you Dr. Mason. You just said that. I'm sorry, President Mason. Tell us why. Why did you leave Louisiana and then come here to D.C.?
Well, Julie, first, thank you for having me.
Sure.
Second, you know, I've been in higher education 30 years. Started at Tulane for 18 years as Senior Vice President and General Counsel, and I ran Jackson State. Wow. Then I ran the Southern University system, and I was about to retire to teaching at the law school. I'm a lawyer by training. And I got a call about UDC and realized that this is a really unique opportunity in higher education. It's a system of higher learning that serves all levels of the educational spectrum. We are in the nation's capital. I think we can do something that can be special in higher education that not only serves the residents of the district, but also do it in a way that sets an example for the rest of the nation. And that's why I thought it would be exciting to come and do this.
Yeah, change. Because you've been going back and forth to Louisiana for a little while, haven't you?
I have. I was born in New Orleans, and I went away to school at Columbia for undergrad and law school. And I went back to work in Lafayette, Louisiana, to organize poor people's co-ops right out of law school. And I did that for 5 years. Then I went to Tulane, and from there I ended up at Jackson. And then I went back to Louisiana for Southern, and now I'm gone again.
Wow. Yeah. So those leadership skills are taking you everywhere.
Yeah, I probably made every mistake you could make, you know, as a leader and as a president. But that's good for UDC because I think I've got them all out my system now. We can bring all of that to bear in the nation's capital.
So tell us about some of the fundraising experiences that you look forward to having here at UDC, because that's going to help the school, it's going to help build the school, gets people involved in the community within the school. So what do you have planned?
Sure. Well, you know, I've just been here a week, so don't expect too much detail.
Oh boy.
But I'll say this: you know, UDC is in a unique position because it's a institution of higher learning that's really owned and operated by the District of Columbia. But of course, the District of Columbia has a close relationship with Congress, and then there's a really broad business community here. And because we do workforce training, because we provide associate's degrees, we do bachelor's degrees, we do PhDs, we have a very vibrant research arm, and we do a lot of service work in and around the district. You know, we can touch every piece of this community, and in that way provide a service. And usually if you provide a service and you do it well, people want to invest in what you do.
Of course.
Yes.
Like the land grant experience. That's huge at UDC. Absolutely.
We're the only urban land grant in the country, which means that our extension work really is extension work in the District of Columbia. Just last week, we opened up the first, and I think it's the largest commercial farm on the rooftop, which is a green roof where we grow produce on the roof, but it's also capturing water and reducing the energy bill there. So this is a model, I think, for the rest of the district as well. Yeah, and
doesn't some of the plans for the landscape experience or the landscape projects that you have, they come in alignment with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, right? So it's kind of
a partnership. In fact, the Department of Agriculture and the District Department of the Environment are partners in the program that we put together, and it's going to be expanded district-wide.
Now, we're talking online expansion, and how does that happen with UDC? What do you see as the vision for that in branching out?
Yeah, so we have a lot of online courses, but we don't have online degree programs. And of course, online degree programs is a growing market nationally and internationally. And I just believe that with the brand of the District of Columbia and, you know, e-college that is the District of Columbia brand, I think that's something that can be marketed not only locally but also nationally and internationally. Some work to be done to get us there, but I think we can get it jump-started pretty quickly. It'll be not only an educational opportunity for a lot of students, but also a revenue source for the school.
So now you're saying, President Mason, this is first week on the job, and you're here, but if you could sum up, what's your vision for UDC?
So I answered that question. I've answered that question 3 times in my life. This is the 3rd time, and it's always the same. My vision is really not what's important. You know, what's important is the vision of the people that UDC serves. And once we understand that, and there's some clarity we have to bring to that vision, then it's my job to make it happen. But I do think that we can be a model system of public higher education for the District of Columbia that also serves as a model for the rest of the nation.
Hearing the needs of the people, how do you see yourself getting involved to hear what they want and what they need?
So I've already gotten started. I've been meeting with the elected officials. I'm going to tour all of the districts I guess all of the wards in the District of Columbia. I'll be having town hall meetings. I've been meeting with students, talking to faculty, staff, and students at the University of the District of Columbia. You know, my style is sort of to try to understand as much as you can before you move.
Right.
So I've been studying and reading, and then we'll move and move in hopefully the right direction.
All right. Fingers crossed. I think you're going to have a great year. I can feel it. President Mason, UDC, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Hey, for more information about the University of the District of Columbia, you can go to udc.edu. Thank you again, President Mason, for joining us. We'll have more with Let's Talk Live coming up after the break, so stay with us.